EEO Network. NFL Network's Mike Garafolo reports Orlando Brown and the Chiefs are not expected to reach an extension before Friday. That's the deadline for players with a franchise tag to sign long-term deals. According to NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport, the Bengals and safety Jesse Bates are not in conversations on a new deal. Bates and Brown are the only players not to sign their tenders. Tight ends Dalton Schultz and Mike Gesicki have signed and are likely to play on the tag this season. Elsewhere, The Athletic reports Jimmy Garoppolo began throwing with his surgically repaired arm, quote, 2 to 3 weeks ago. Niners GM John Lynch had previously said trade talks around Jimmy G were put on pause as teams wanted to see if the quarterback was healthy. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reports the expectation league-wide is that Garoppolo will be traded by the end of the month. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
All right, where are we going for breakfast?
I kind of want a breakfast quesadilla.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing quesadillas for breakfast these days.
Well, Taco Bell is.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, they have this Bell breakfast box now that comes with this breakfast quesadilla that's super cheesy and a hash brown.
Okay, I wish I knew about this earlier.
And it has Cinnabon Delights and a coffee in it.
Why did I not know about this earlier?
Try the new $5 Bell breakfast box, only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations during breakfast hours only, 7 to 11 a.m. for a limited time. Contact local store for prices and participation when fair. Tax extra, drinks, food freezes.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations so you get the product you're looking for. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Well, happy day. It's a Thursday, 14th day of July, 2022. I'm Carroll, and in the newsroom we have...
Who would you like me to be today?
Well, I tell you what. You be Heckle, I'll be Jekyll.
Oh, boy, Heckle and Jekyll.
Or you can be Stanley, and I'll be Oliver.
Oliver.
Yeah. You take your pick.
Or Ollie.
Yeah.
That's right.
Another beautiful day.
Not bad early this morning.
Well, the best part of the day, early in the morning.
Yeah, it kind of goes downhill from then until the next day.
Yes. But, we just keep moving on. And it's summer in the Imperial Valley. No use complaining. I mean, it happens every year.
Whether you want it to arrive or not, it's going to be here.
Yes. And, it's just what it does is, our summers keep the riffraff out of the valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh, well.
Some days it might keep other people out, or they're headed home from somewhere where it's cool and they just keep on driving.
Yes, with the refrigerator door open at home.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well. Anyway, all sorts of things not happening. It's just that kind of year.
Yeah. And really, they say so far, this has not been a killer summer.
No. Oh, well. Do you remember the video game Donkey Kong?
Yes.
Okay, well, the video game Donkey Kong debuted this month way back in 1981. Hard to believe, isn't it?
That is hard.
Yeah. You remember sitting in a bar with quarters on the table playing Donkey Kong on the table?
Yeah, and Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Pac-Man was another.
Anyway, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man redefined entertainment. Before Donkey Kong, before Pac-Man, people did really stupid stuff like read and learn.
Yeah.
Oh, well. You ready for birthdays?
Birthdays.
Actor Nancy Olson. She was in the movie Sunset Boulevard, among others. 94. And football player turned actor Rosie Greer is 90.
Wow.
Haven't heard much from Rosie Greer. Probably because he's 90.
Yeah.
And busy knitting.
Yeah, I wonder if is it knitting or crocheting?
There is a difference, and I don't know what that is.
Right.
Yeah. My daughter Sarah could tell me because she is a proficient knitter. But she doesn't crochet.
We'll have to find out from someone.
Yes. Actor Vincent Pastore is 76. And actor Jerry Hauser, 70. Actor Eric Lanavie is 70. Actor Stan Shaw, 70. Actor Jane Lynch is 62. Actor Jackie Earl Haley. Jackie Earl Haley, 61. Actor Matthew Fox, 56. Actor Missy Gold, 52. Actor Scott Porter, 43. Actor Phoebe Waller-Bridge is 37. Actor Sarah Canning is 35. Okay, got local birthdays. You ready?
We are coming up right now.
We have happy birthday wishes going out today to Karen Gallagher, Alicia Granados, Joe Rodriguez, Manny Hernandez, Sophie Dukes, Karen Stewart, Jesse Hidalgo, Eduardo Herrera, Pablo Macias, Trent Davis, Joe Arthur Encinas, Gabriel Peña, Richard Granados, Yvonne Peraza, Vanessa Valenzuela, Maria Lara, Edith Arce, Janet Ceballos, Maria Torres, Judith Black, Kelly Parker, Pablo Garcia, Randall Romero, Ricardo Fonseca, Sergio Venegas, Jerry Hernandez, and Rose Calderon. Happy birthday from KXO. Okay, I mentioned my daughter Sarah. She and husband Dan live just outside of Portland. And this week, Portland in the 90s this week. Yeah, which is kind of unusual because most of the residents of Portland are still stuck in the 60s. Yes. Anyway, they things are tough, I guess. It does occasionally peak up into the 90s, and in that area, they do occasionally get some snow. Seldom on the same day. Yeah. I believe I have seen that happen in Colorado.
Same day.
Yeah, pretty much. Get up into the, up high in the Rockies, and yeah, that could happen. I do remember snow in August in Colorado.
I can believe that because
Yeah.
They, in just close proximity to us here in the valley in Mammoth,
Yeah.
they'll ski in June.
Yeah.
Up through even the 4th of July.
I was on a 2-week deployment with the 82nd Airborne in Leadville, Colorado at Camp Hale in August, and it snowed. So.
Nobody walking around in short pants there, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we all were pretty much. Anyway, we've got news. Are you ready?
We're ready.
Okay, we've got to look at world and California news headlines to begin with, and it is all brought to you by your friends in the air conditioning business. We're talking about Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
CBS News Brief. The Dow plunges. It's down 554 points right now on news of higher than expected second quarter profit losses from two major banks. Morgan Stanley's down 29%, JP Morgan's 28%. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
The bank has increased its reserves for loans that may not be repaid amid an economic slowdown.
In Western Virginia, the Buchanan County Sheriff's Department says 17 people are still missing. 27 have now been accounted for after surprise storms unleashed devastating flooding. CBS's Christina Ruffini.
We're standing in what was once the foundations of a home. The home has been picked up and thrown onto the middle of the road behind us. The decking is on the truck, and as you drive down this strip, there's debris everywhere.
President Biden and Israel's prime minister sign a security deal in Jerusalem.
We will not allow Iran to acquire nuclear weapons.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. The Washburn fire in Yosemite National Park burning over 4,000 acres now with containment back up to 23%. The flames still being kept away from the sequoia trees in Mariposa Grove, and fire crews have had success protecting the historic community of Wawona as well.
It looks like that historic area will be okay. That we're not going to see damage there either.
Fire spokesperson Ronnie Johnson, one firefighter treated for a heat-related injury Wednesday. A 62-year-old man bitten several weeks ago by a great white shark off Monterey is going home.
I want to thank the Good Samaritans and the people on the beach and that lead-footed ambulance driver.
Steve Broomer was bitten in the legs, stomach, and arms. He was hospitalized for 3 weeks. Surgeons saying the shark came within a millimeter of severing a major artery. 7-Eleven offering a $100,000 reward in an effort to catch the suspect accused of killing 2 and wounding 3 at stores across Southern California last weekend. More dry conditions across the state. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning, your friend in the air conditioning business. Call Lock Air Conditioning today.
5X480, Dayton B100 V-Belt, one of the many parts Grainger carries. It's also the item that helped Rob carry the day. The job was on hold, deadline fast approaching, but a quick search on Grainger.com and Rob found his part. And with same-day pickup at his local branch, he and his crew got the job done, safely and on time. Get supplies and solutions for every industry with real-time product availability. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Nerds. Here at NerdWallet, we often see people struggle with financial decisions, like with Helen. Hey, Helen.
Hello.
Helen, you're all over the place.
I'm trying to pick a rewards credit card, and I've ended up, well, everywhere.
With NerdWallet, you don't have to feel all over the place. NerdWallet has side-by-side comparisons of top credit cards. So whether you need a card for groceries or travel, the smartest card for you is right there.
Wow. Now I'm in one place with the right travel rewards card. Nice.
Nice indeed. NerdWallet, the smartest decision for all your financial decisions.
Page 1 of the local news is a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. There's 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center at Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Taking a look at the latest in local news this morning, active COVID-19 cases continue to increase. Updated numbers were released on Tuesday. The numbers come from the County Public Health Department. According to the new numbers, there are currently 1,071 active COVID-19 cases in Imperial County, as compared to 741 cases reported last week. The increased numbers are attributed to the predicted 4th of July surge and the new Omicron variant. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention says the new variant is not as severe as the previous variant, but is much more contagious. Hospitalizations in Imperial County attributed to the virus are now at 19. 7 are in intensive care. New cases per day per 100,000 are now at 52.30, with a positivity rate of 40.2%. In other local news, a man was found in the desert more than 9 hours after he was involved in an accident. According to Yuma County Sheriff's Office, at just after 3:20 a.m. Wednesday, they received a report of a single vehicle accident in the desert area east of the county 4th Street. The caller sounded disorientated, and the Yuma County Sheriff's Office dispatch lost contact. Deputies arrived at the site of the accident and found a vehicle. After a brief investigation, it was determined The vehicle had jumped over a canal and then struck a fence. A search was begun for the driver by Yuma County Sheriff's Office deputies. U.S. Border Patrol, CBP, Air and Marine Operations, YCSO Search and Rescue, YCSO Volunteers, and the National Guard. A Borstar unit of K9 was able to track the driver and alerted to an overgrown area of thick salt cedar brush. After a slow and difficult search, the driver was located at 12:58 p.m. Wednesday. The driver was transported to Yuma Regional Medical Center in critical condition due to injuries from the collision and dehydration. He is now reported in stable condition. The accident remains under investigation. KXO News Time 7:43.
Hey, Brawley, and the entire North End, maybe you heard that a local tire shop and service center has recently closed. I thought you ought to know. El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center is stepping up. They're here with everything you need. You'll find qualified senior techs with the knowledge and experience to treat you and your car right. There's everything you need. Lube, oil, and filter change. The best price on tires guaranteed. Auto air conditioning and cooling system service. El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center. In the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive. And of course, at El Centro Motors and the Imperial Valley Mall.
Continuing with more local news, the County Board of Supervisors met on Tuesday. They talked about a pay raise. Here's more on that story.
During the meeting, they finished the process to give themselves a pay raise. The initial process began June 28th. That ordinance needed a second reading before it could take effect. The second reading of the ordinance came this week. The supervisors will receive a 3% pay increase as well as $3,000 in bonuses this year and next year. The pay raise for the supervisors is the same as what was approved for department heads and other elected officials on June 14th. Monthly salary for the supervisors will be $5,162 this year, $5,317 next year, $5,476 in 2014. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
The Yuma Fire Department gets a Fido bag. The Yuma Fire Department has received a donation of a Fido bag and 2 additional oxygen masks. A Fido bag is equipped with special tools to allow firefighters to more effectively treat pets. The bags contain special oxygen masks, leashes, and other gear not normally carried by fire personnel. Yuma Fire has been utilizing Fido bags since 2014 and have used the life-saving equipment in animal rescues, most often with pets overcome by smoke. Masks designed for humans are not as effective when used on animals. The Fido bag was donated by the Fetch Foundation of Scottsdale. Have a vision of putting Fido bags on every fire engine in the country. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the Local News is service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Join Grocery Outlet this July in their annual Independence from Hunger Drive. Give 5, get 5. Donate $5 and get a coupon for $5 to use later. All proceeds will be distributed directly to local food agencies, including St. Mary's Catholic Church. Visit your local grocery outlet to support your community.
Page 2 of the Local News and Weather brought to you by the Town Pump in Westmoreland, open Tuesday through Saturdays at 4:30, and by Brownie's Diner in Brawley, open every day, 7 a.m. till 3 p.m.
Continuing with more local news, mail theft and check fraud. County Sheriff's Office looking for a suspect. Here's more on that story.
The county sheriff's office released the information on social media on June 22nd. The suspect deposited a fraudulent check at the El Centro First Imperial Credit Union ATM in El Centro and withdrew funds from that ATM. They posted a picture of the suspect on their social media page. Anyone with any information is asked to contact the sheriff's office investigations division. They say all information will remain confidential. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
A two-vehicle collision occurred this Wednesday morning. The California Highway Patrol is investigating. They say a black sedan collided with a white Dodge pickup on Highway 86 near Treadwell Boulevard. Initial reports are that one of the vehicles rear-ended the other. One of the vehicles rolled off the roadway. The CHP says one of those involved got into another vehicle and fled the scene. The vehicle was last seen heading south on the highway. The injured were taken to Pioneers Memorial Hospital for treatment. The incident of the injuries is not known, or the extent of the injuries is not known. The California Highway Patrol says the incident is under investigation. Free Dump Day, it's coming up this Saturday. Here's more on that story.
It is hosted by Caltrans. It's part of the Clean California initiative. Caltrans will set up dumpsters in their maintenance yards in Brawley and in El Centro. Residents can dispose of approved debris in the dumpsters from 7 to 11 a.m. on Saturday or until the dumpsters are full. The cleanup effort is designed to keep roads and waterways litter-free, create thousands of jobs, and transform state and local public spaces through beautification efforts. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
When you're ready for great home-style cooking, there are two locations for the best in the Imperial Valley. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Brawley. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., featuring delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including menudo, liver and onions, and meatloaf. The Town Pump in Westmoreland is open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 p.m., specializing in delicious prime ribs, steaks, chicken, salmon, and lobster. So for a great dining experience, visit Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Brawley, and the Town Pump in Westmoreland.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
The National Weather Service says above normal temperatures will persist through at least early next week, with highs reaching 110 degrees or better across the Imperial and Yuma valleys through Sunday, and just below 110 starting Monday. Moisture has improved over much of the area, which will allow for better shower and thunderstorm chances through the upcoming weekend, with Sunday potentially seeing the most widespread storm activity. 112 our high yesterday, 82 the low. Mostly sunny and hot today with a high near 111. South-southeast wind about 10 miles an hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 86. South wind 5 to 15 miles an hour with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. Sunny and hot on Friday with a high near 114. South wind about 5 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny and hot with a high near 114. Southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Sunday, mostly sunny and hot with a high near 112. Southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. A 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms on Sunday. 87 degrees, 49% relative humidity, wind out of the east-southeast at about 5 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news brought to you by Brownie's Diner in Brawley, open every day, and by the Town Pump in Westmoreland, Imperial Valley's fine dining experience.
Aiton Express in Imperial has been under new ownership since December 2021. The good thing, pretty much the same staff giving you the same friendly service. Aiton Express, your one-stop convenience store with gas and diesel. Car wash with 2 employees washing and drying your vehicle. Customer service at its best. Plus snacks, cold drinks, and ice-cold beer. Yes, Aiton Express is your one-stop convenience store. Located at the corner of Aiton Road and Highway 86 in Imperial.
It's Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Major League Baseball, the disappointing Padres lost again to the Rockies, 10-6. Padres on the short end of the stick. Okay, what kind of a hitter, after 3 straight walks, swings at the first pitch? Yeah, a rookie with the Padres will do that. Anyway, elsewhere, the Mariners beat the Nationals 6-4. Mets over the Braves 7-3. Twins topped the Brewers 4-1. Royals roared past the Tigers 5-2. Giants slipped by the Diamondbacks 4-3. Mariners nipped the Nationals 2-1. Marlins over the Pirates 5-4 in 10 innings. 10 innings, it was the Yankees beating the Reds 7-6. Blue Jays beat the Phillies 8-2. Rays over the Red Sox 4-1. White Sox edged the Guardians 2-1. Dodgers came from behind and, made up a 6-run deficit. Beat the Cardinals 7-6. Orioles pounded the Cubs 7-1. Rangers rolled over the Athletics 5-2. Angels won. They beat the Astros 7-1.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
Well, the Open underway in Scotland at Royal St. Andrews, and Justin Rose withdrew from the tournament because of a back injury. And in other sports areas, 10 Kansas City Royals players, including 4 of their top hitters and 2 of their best starting pitchers this season, will not travel to Toronto this week for the 4-game series with the Blue Jays because they've not received the COVID-19 vaccine. Yeah, going to give up a chunk of money and not go to Canada. Well, they're going to play college basketball on an aircraft carrier again. Yeah, it'll be Michigan State and Gonzaga. They will face off on the flight deck of the USS Abraham Lincoln on Veterans Day in San Diego Bay. That's it for Sports Time. Sports Time brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. or on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to kxoradio.com for a podcast of the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
Financial news and a brief look at the weather. It is all brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Big board showing red all over the place, lots of red. The Dow off 533 points. The S&P 500 off 65. The NASDAQ down 176 points. Gold off $31.20 an ounce. And oil down $4.14 a barrel, showing $92.11. Yeah, right. And that's going to be felt at the pump immediately, right? Okay. Anyway, a leading inflation indicator surged in June, showing that prices continue to remain stubbornly high. The report comes a day after the Consumer Price Index showed that price increases in June climbed 9.1%, setting a new 40-year high. Elsewhere, Twitter's turbulent week continues. Twitter was briefly hit by a significant outage this morning, with tens of thousands of users reporting issues using the social media site. The reports of service interruptions appeared to begin spiking at about 8 o'clock Eastern Time. At about 8:30, reports began to fall sharply. By 9, things appeared to be near whatever normal is on Twitter. And, Twitter may have a little bit of a bonus. Elon Musk could be on the hook for $1 billion to get out of the Twitter purchase. Meanwhile, the biggest trend in snacking is something small. Chip bags and sodas are going mini. Yeah, PepsiCo is seeing huge growth in small format snacks as well as for mini cans of its full sugar products. The reason? Portion control. You pay more for a 7-ounce can of Pepsi than you do for a 12-ounce can. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Meanwhile, Pepsi has been reducing sugar and trans fats across its portfolio to appeal to health-conscious consumers. It sees the demand for small packages as part of a healthy eating trend.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
Today will be mostly sunny and hot with a high near 111, south-southeast wind about 10 miles an hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 86, south wind 5 to 15 miles an hour with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. Sunny and hot again on Friday with a high near 114, south wind about 5 miles an hour. 88 degrees. Financial news brought to you by Southwest Security Services.
At Burgers and Beer, our customers are like family. Let's hear what a few of them have to say about us.
They have great weekday specials.
I like the friendly environment, the friendly staff, the cold beer, and the best wings in town.
Burgers and Beer. What I like about Burgers and Beer, the menu. Everything on the menu is great. I'm working my way through the menu. My favorite thing right now is the grilled tuna chipotle sandwich. That's what I had yesterday, and it was delicious.
So come and see us and find out for yourself at Burgers and Beer.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source. This is CBS News.
I'm Steve Kathan. Another day, another jarring report on inflation. The government says prices at the wholesale level jumped 11.3% last month from a year ago. It was all on the mind of Treasury Secretary Yellen at the G20 summit.
Inflation in the United States remains unacceptably high, and it's our administration's top economic priority to bring it down.
She says the war in Ukraine is affecting the global economy. 2 major banks have turned in disappointing earnings reports. CBS's Jill Schlesinger says J.P. Morgan Chase is one of them.
Higher interest rates means that J.P. Morgan Chase could increase its profitability on loans, but with mortgage rates soaring, those types of loans plunged. The bank has increased its reserves for loans that may not be repaid amid an economic slowdown.
And Morgan Stanley reported a nearly 30% profit drop today. The government says weekly claims for jobless benefits have hit the highest level in 8 months, 244,000. Overseas, in Israel, President Biden says the U.S. will not wait forever for Iran to rejoin a nuclear deal with the West.
We will not, let me say it again, we will not allow Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon.
The U.S. and Israel signed a new security agreement today. Back to court in Russia for Brittany Griner, the U.S. basketball star. CBS's Charlie D'Agata says it appears a pathway to negotiations could be carved out following her guilty plea.
It cannot go to the next level until the judicial process has been satisfied, meaning she has to go through this court appearance, she has to be tried, she has to be sentenced. In terms of what their defense team is trying to do is really speed up that process, get this trial over as soon as possible, because once that happens, then it goes to a diplomatic level.
At least 17 people are now considered unaccounted for in the destructive flooding that hit dozens of homes in southwestern Virginia.
It's just mudslides, trees in the road, water's been in the road.
houses in the road, and it's just a mess.
General Motors, the Pilot truck stop chain, and a charging company are proposing a network designed to make it easier for drivers of electric vehicles to charge up on long trips. Jeff Gilbert of affiliate WWJ Detroit.
These fast chargers can get an EV battery up to 80% charge in a half hour. The idea is for travelers to charge up while they take a driving break. The plan is to put the stations about 50 miles apart on U.S. highways. Construction should start this year.
And checking Wall Street right now, the Dow is down 557 points. This is CBS News.
Dell's Black Friday and July sale is here with savings on top-rated business computers with Intel Core processors. Upgrade today by calling 877-ASK-DELL.
I'll ring you up in a second. Kim, can you see if we have more acid wash?
Desmona's thrift store is the spot for killer vintage finds.
Oh, that looks fabulous on you. Hey, can you do the register?
But her sales clerk situation feels pretty threadbare.
Oh, yeah, let me clear out that fitting room.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by conducting interviews on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
A state lawmaker hopes her Twerk for Justice move becomes a kind of campaign.
A Rhode Island state senator says she has no regrets about twerking upside down in a handstand in a bikini on a beach on the 4th of July.
Vote Senator Mack.
Vote Senator Mack. Her message, 28-year-old Tiara Mack says she'd do it all over again after her TikTok account was temporarily suspended. The first-term Democrat, who's black and identifies as queer, says she's using the momentum to bring awareness to her political platform, which includes raising awareness about abortion access. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
One social platform was down for a while this morning. Twitter was hit with an outage that affected its app and websites. The message, "Tweets aren't loading right now, try again," was displayed for nearly an hour. It's not clear what caused the problem. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Carroll Buckley.
Everybody's talking about you.
Carroll Buckley.
You're the talk of the town.